Now, this last part was personal, um, but I had to write it down because it was very timely of how I literally received healing from the Lord Himself in the middle of the night. For the past 2 days, my arm has been in excruciating pain. It was like a shoulder sprain, and I have no earthly idea how that even occurred. I don't play sports, I do not work out, and I just be relaxing, not doing heavy lifting, heavy work at all, like under no circumstances. But I woke up one morning and my arm was completely stiff. I could not move it. Every inch I would take, I would dang near want to cry. So I started praying. I started binding and rebuking. I put my hand on my shoulder and I started decreeing, declaring. I anointed my shoulder. I did everything I possibly could. And I'm like, Lord, what is this? This crap hurts. So they go by and I'm like, you know what? I was going to get coffee this morning, but I'm not feeling that pull. Like, I don't desire it how I want it. It's just a morning routine. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to get no coffee. So I took a bite of some tater tots and I said, okay, I'm not going to eat. I know I have to fast. I don't know what this is, but whatever attack this is an attempt because it won't be successful. So I fasted. And later on, I was just still in pain. Took Tylenol, started to feel better a little bit, but I'm like, no, this has to be spiritual because there's no way I got this pain in my shoulder out the middle of nowhere from just sitting around not doing anything. This is absolutely crazy. So I had a dream and I knew exactly what it was. Oh my goodness. I got up, I went into warfare prayers, I did some fire prayers, anoint my arm again. I started walking around. I got up, exercised my arm, and I just started decreeing and declaring my healing and speaking opposite of what I felt. So second day go by, second or third day go by. And I'm like, okay, something got to give. Like, this is insane. My arm is completely stiff. Like, I wanted to cry. It was hurting so bad. I just wanted to ball up and cry. It was completely stiff. I'm like, what in the world? So I started looking up symptoms of like shoulder sprains. I'm like, that's exactly what it is, but how? So night come, I'm like, you know what, Lord, this hurt. Lord, what is this? What's going on? I just started talking to him. I started praying. I woke up in the middle of the night out of a dream. This dream right here, a very detailed dream. And I'm in and out of my sleep. So I finally wake up. I looked at the clock, it's 4:22. And I'm like, I need to write that down. I sat there. I said, I'm not going to move. I'm in excruciating pain. And I turned a little bit and I'm like, my arm is feeling a little better. Normally when I turn, I will move completely slow. So the Lord was telling me, get up and write it down. So I'm like battling the Lord, like if I move, it's going to hurt. So I'm like, all right. I turned around, I reached for my phone, I set up. And when I tell you, I kid you not, man, I was able to move my arm as if nothing never, ever happened. So I'm sitting here like, I know I'm not tripping. So I stretched my arm out. I started moving my arm, rotating my arm. And it was like a teeny tiny little itty bitty pain. And I said 2 days ago, I couldn't even move my arm. Like it was stuck. I couldn't even move it. So I'm sitting here writing and I'm praying at the same time. I said, Lord, I know that is absolutely you. I started not to write the dream down. And I started to just lay there and try to fight myself to go back to sleep. But the Lord would not allow me to go back to sleep until I got up and wrote it down. And then I started praying. Now, it was more that happened in a dream, but the Lord he's only allowing me to share just that. Me being obedient. Because I was scared to move. I didn't want to move because I just knew it was going to hurt. The Lord said, write it down. And I'm like, I do not want to have that light in my face. I don't want to reach for this phone. I'm going to be irritated with the light, with the pain. And the Lord said, no, I need you to write this down, like literally. And then I started writing. And before I knew it, I got up, I used the bathroom. I'm like, my arm is really healed. And I was scared to reach for my phone. I did not want to turn at all. So that's why you see that second part. And I really received my healing in the middle of the night through obedience, because sometimes it be, Lord, I just write it in the morning. I'm tired. I don't want that light in my face. I don't want to be bothered. Lord, I'm sleepy. And sometimes I would literally wake up and forget my dream. And if I don't forget it, I just don't remember everything. So I had to immediately write it down. But take this word back to the Lord, because some things are about to happen. Lord, is there anything you want to say? He said, brace for impact. I see the word chaos. And then he said, do not fret, do not fear. Much is coming to the world all at once. And then he said, prepare yourselves. And then he said, battle up.